Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we are going to Casa del Rio. For our today's trip, we have decided to check in one of the most beautiful and popular hotels at Melaka. The origin of the hotel's name is River on the House. So let us enjoy the view of this boutique hotel. The hotel is located by the river at the Jalan Laksamana in the middle city of heritage of Melaka. The location of this hotel is strategic, as you can visit other nearest tourist spot in the city by just riding beca or walking to the Jongko Walk Melaka, Famosa and others more. As you can see here, the room is very spacious, comfortable and modern leisure style. There are 66 available rooms in this hotel, 2 restaurant and bar, 1 swimming pool at the rooftop, 1 leisure spa and a gym. If you want to find a very nice, relaxed and where you can see a beautiful scenery of Melaka, then here is the hotel for you.
Hello guys! So first of all, after we check in at the hotel, we continued to fill our stomach and we went to the most famous restaurant in Melaka, which is Asam Pedas Klepot Melaka. So today I will tell you a little bit about the uniqueness of this place, which is Asam Pedas Klepot Melaka. Melaka is not only known for being a historical city, but also for its variety range of cuisines. Among the food that Melaka is known for is Asam Pedas. There are many places in Melaka where you can dine to enjoy this dish, but Kota Laksamana Asam Pedas Klepot is one of the well-known restaurants in Melaka. The dish is made of chilies and asam jawa extract with lettuce fingers and the choice of fish or beef. The taste of this dish is spicy with a little bit taste of sour that is absolutely appetizing. This restaurant is different from other Asam Pedas restaurants as the dish is served in a klepot, which is rare among other restaurants. Furthermore, the food served with salted egg, some veggies, and also sambal. It is very marvelous. There are many types of Asam Pedas dish cuisine served here, such as stingray, Spanish mackerel, and others mackerel. There are many places where you can get Asam Pedas, but in Melaka, Asam Pedas daging tetel was the best and tastier. Tetel is the beef part that combined with fats and meat. The sour and spiciness of the dish makes the meat taste richer, which will make you addicted to it. The price was very cheaper and very affordable for everyone. So let's go to Melaka to get your favorite Asam Pedas. Let's go.
So next, we are going to see one of the oldest churches in Melaka. Have you guessed it yet? Yes, it is the Christ Church Melaka. Christ Church Melaka was built by the Dutch when they took possession of Melaka from the Portuguese. It's one of Melaka's most defining structures. It is one of the most popular sightseeing attractions amongst tourists here. Around Christchurch, you can also see many colorful treasures waiting for the time to take tourists around the beautiful and impressive city of Melaka. This place is a must-visit place for tourists.
Next, we head on to the Status of Melaka. The Status is a historical structure city situated in the heart of Melaka, the administrative capital of the state of Melaka, Malaysia, in a place known as the Red Square, or popularly known by the Malaysian as Bandar Merah. The Status is also popular for its red exterior and its nearby red clock tower. The Status landmark that is synonymous with Melaka was completely built in 1660, and it is believed that this building is the oldest Dutch government building in Southeast Asia. According to the history of the Status, this place was the administrative place for the Dutch government in the state of Melaka during the Dutch colonial period. So in 1982, this place was converted into a museum showcasing the history of Melaka, the history of Portuguese and British colonialism. Across the street from the Status, you can find the famous Jongko Street. And if you must know, the Status is located at Jalan Gereja, Bandar Hilir, Melaka. and the operation hours is on Monday to Thursday on 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Friday to Sunday it operates on 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m.
For our next place, we will go to the most famous tourist site in Melaka. El Famosa or Kota El Famosa in Malay is an old Portuguese fortress built in Melaka right after they successfully conquered Melaka in the year 1511. It is located at Banda Hile Melaka next to the replica of Istana Kesultanan Melayu and St. Paul's Church. The name of El Famosa, which translates to the famous in Portuguese, was also the oldest architecture building in Southeast Asia and also a part of the UNESCO World Heritage. It was built mainly because the Portuguese wanted to defend their rights to colonize Melaka as their precious spice route. And it also has a very dark side story of how it was built. This place was once equipped with 70 cannons pointing at all directions, but now there's only a few left. As you can see by yourself right now, the fortress itself is quite empty. It used to be a very big fortress, however, due to war and corrosion, what you see right now is the remains of what left after 500 years.
For dinner, we decided that we were going to try eating at the famous ikan bakar Parameswara at Pangkalan Pernu, as we were starving at that time and it was delicious.
Welcome to Melaka River Cruise Kota Laksmana. Melaka River Cruise is where it all began for the historical city. You can see many interesting sights along the way, especially historical buildings and bridges. The Melaka River Cruise takes you on a journey through the city's colorful history. You will get to see just a position of both the old and new along the way. The cruise covers 9 km and takes around 40 minutes for a round trip. The cruise is available during the daytime as well as at night. Try to go just after the sun sets at dark. You get the best of both worlds, the natural beauty of the area as well as the illumination and reflections of the night lights in the water. The price is subject to terms and conditions. River Cruise has set the price for foreign and domestic tourists at affordable price. Come and visit this place. I'm sure you will be like the view.
Okay, now we move to the next place. Can you guess where is it? It's Taminsari Tower. Okay, for your information, the height of the Taminsari is 110 meter. From this height, you can see the view from the Melaka. That is the historical sites of Melaka Streets, St. Paul Peak, Independence Memorial, and also TUDM complex. The ride duration is for 7 minutes and the passenger capacity at one time is 80 passengers. As you can see, it is very high. Okay, so Taminsari Tower is a must-visit place when you came to Melaka.
Next, Melaka is not only famous because of the UNESCO World Heritage status, but also its Jonker Street Melaka, so-called Jonker Walk. It is a commonly acknowledged fact that Malaka's Jonker's Walk night market is the best in the country, well organized with a wide array of stalls, polite and friendly hawkers, ubiquitous bargains, as well as live music closing throughout the area. Jonker Walk comes to life in full color with a lively street party-like atmosphere. As the night market takes place in every Friday and Saturday night, the handful of bars along this avenue does a roaring business with tables and chairs spilling out onto the 5-foot walkways. This is also a must-visit place for tourists around the world.
Come to roti canai kayu arang Melaka bacang. Roti canai is cooked using a charcoal only and does not use oil. Roti canai kayu arang in Melaka is well known just ask anyone in Melaka where to go for a breakfast, of course many will recommend that this roti canai kayu arang stall. This place is located before the junction to Bachang, which is the junction before the Melaka Central Bridge and Tesco. Despite the high price of the charcoal, they still maintain the traditional way of cooking roti canai here. Roti canai cooked using charcoal as a fuel is small, fragrant, soft, and quite appetizing. It's a feel unique too. The famous at roti canai kayu arang is roti nancos, roti tampal dandut, and roti o. You guys should come and visit this place because of this places have a special place breakfast in Melaka.
Okay, our next destination after filling up our tummy is Pantai Klibang or Klibang Beach. It's a fantastic place with many activities, some of which are horse riding, flying a kite, building sandcastle, playing at that playground, running, but no swimming, as there's reports of crocodiles. Even though the beach surface is mostly flat, there's also sand dunes which kinda replicate the feeling of the Sahara Desert. In my opinion, it's the best time to be spending your time here with the gentle ocean breeze, the soft sand, and the ocean that stretches beyond the eye can see. You might also even be able to catch the stunning sunset. 1 kilometer from the beach is the one and only type of museum in Malaysia, which is Museum Kapal Selam or Submarine Museum. It is a museum made of a decommissioned submarine. It was placed there as a sign of honor for the maritime Malaysia. My advice is to visit this museum during weekdays or at low seasons when there's not a lot of people visiting it. Due to the confined space within the submarine, it will be a little bit difficult to maneuver yourself in the crowd.
Okay, so now we are at Kelabang Original Coconut Shake. This place is very famous because the tastiness of the drink and also the price is very affordable. The operation hours is on 11 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. So you guys can come to this place to have a very delicious coconut shake.
After spending our morning at Klebang, now we are going back to Bandar Hilir Melaka to visit another historical place, that is the Kesultanan Melayu Melaka Museum. The museum was a modern reconstruction of the palace of the Melaka Sultanate in the 50th centuries. The palace was rebuilt based on the information and data obtained from the Book of the Malay Annals. It has been reconstructed in 1984 and has become a cultural museum which showcases the history of this region. In this palace, it also shows how was the people in Melaka live and the Malay culture in the glory days of the Sultanate of Melaka in the 50th centuries.
The next location that we chose to go is the Melaka Straits Mosque, or also known as the Masjid Selat Melaka. The Melaka Straits Mosque is located on a man-made Melaka Island in Melaka City. Especially beautiful at morning and or dusk, this gold dome mosque overlooks the Straits of Melaka from its shoreside perch on an artificial island, a short taxi or bicycle ride from the central Melaka. Completed in 2006, the mosque grand archways were panelled with stained glass, and whenever the water levels are high, the mosque appears to as if it floats. And this is because the mosque borrowed its concept and architecture from the floating mosque of Jeddah. The architecture of this mosque was also a combination of the Middle Eastern and the Malay architecture. There are also decoration made of bamboo and wood carvings. The pillars of this mosque also have different kind of functions, which is to act as traffic lights for boats and ships passing through the Straits of during the dark night. In order to enter the mosque, the non-Muslim visitors need to dress modestly and keep the no shoe sign. And also the women who wants to go into the mosque must bring along a scarf or use the rental shawl provided at the mosque to cover their head.
So next is we went for a modern shopping experience in the middle of the historical city Melaka. We head to Dataran Pahlawan and also Mahkota Parade in Bandar Hilir. This mall was surrounded by historical sites such as Formosa and St. Paul Hills. The 9-story mall is chock full of name-brand stores, entertainment centers, food and beverage outlets, and souvenir shops. Actually, it is just the same as any shopping malls in every state, but in Melaka, these two buildings are the famous shopping mall in Melaka, and many tourists will shop here. These are not top of the list in the city that is full of heritage, but if you are looking for a one-stop place to check out at the latest fashion, catch a movie and grab a bite, this is the place to be. Parking spots are abundantly if you are driving, with parking rates only for RM2 for the first 2 hours, but the mall is also within a stroll of Malacca's most famous museum and landmark. So if you are planning a day out in Melaka, definitely slot Dataran Pahlawan and Mahkota Parade in your itinerary for a reliving pit stop. Okay? Besides that, if you are looking for a unique souvenir for a special someone, Dataran Pahlawan has dedicated its basement level to a craft and souvenir market. So you are bound to find something to buy for a friends and family back home. Dataran Pahlawan is also home to some of the most exciting entertainment outlets in Melaka, like Golden Screen Cinema, which is GSC. So that is all from me. Let's move on to the next part before we head home. Bye!
Before we head home, we decided to make a stop at Kuih Keria Antarabangsa and also Mango Shake to buy our snacks on our way back home, and both of the snacks is delicious and affordable.